I don't know. I've been struggling a lot lately because all I see when I look at them is Down syndrome, and I can't.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy we go.
So we spent all morning at the soccer field, and now we are on our way to Spencer's friend Avery's birthday party. So actually, Avery is not Spencer's friend. Spencer has never met Avery. I have met Avery one time. Michelle, have you met Avery?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe Michelle met Avery once. But they've never met. And actually, if we never had Spencer or a child with Down syndrome, we probably would not have ever met Avery or her parents, which means that
Snot.
uh-oh, he's got snot. Pause. So that brings up the discussion of birthday parties and what happens when you have a child with Down syndrome and having birthdays. So Spencer's had 3 birthday parties, and what happens is, ooh, he's coughing. What happens is, who do you invite? Who did we invite to Spencer's party this year?
Neighbors.
So I think it was mostly neighbors, but also some of his friends. Well, we say it's his friends, but actually we're friends with the parents because they have a child with Down syndrome. Which brings up another topic. What's going to happen when Spencer's in school and gets older? Is he still going to get the invites to birthday parties like our typical kids? Kind of sucks when you think about it, because he's been invited to, I think, 1 party at his school so far.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 party. And he's still young. I mean, he's in a daycare type preschool setting, but what's going to happen when he's in 1st grade or 2nd grade or 3rd grade? Is he still going to get invited to the people in his class who have birthday parties? And that's something that we need to think about and wonder. Do you want to only have birthday parties that are just kids or friends that have kids with Down syndrome?
No, just his friends, who he considers his friends, even if none of them have Down syndrome.
So we're on our way to this birthday party for Michelle and I's friend, Kayla and Thomas. And we love Avery. But the reality is that her and Spencer really have never hung out. So we'll check back in and see if they actually become friends. And how spicy Spencer's gonna be at this birthday party.
Happy birthday, dear Avery. Happy birthday to you.
The party was actually a lot of fun. It was a Mardi Gras themed party because right now in South Louisiana it's Mardi Gras. So the kids dressed up like Mardi Gras colors, and there was a lot of fun stuff for the kids to do. There was a snowball machine, popcorn machine, fun jumps, and there were probably 4 other kids there with Down syndrome. The rest was Avery's family, and then she had a couple of kids from her class that was at the party. So Spencer really enjoyed getting on the fun jump and going down the big slide with his sisters. They went on there with him, and he really had a lot of fun doing that. And one of his favorite things during the party was a Elsa Frozen ride-on Jeep, and so he spent a lot of time on the Jeep. His sister got one for Christmas, so she rides him around a lot on her Jeep, and so he naturally wanted to go on this Jeep. And he didn't care if he was driving the Jeep or if he was riding in the Jeep, or he really liked just being behind the Jeep and pushing it as other kids were riding it. So he got to ride with one of his friends, Louie, and they took turns driving, and then she wanted somebody else to ride with her, but he was really glued to that Jeep. Most of the kids at the party were about, I'd say, 5 years old and up. There was a few other kids a little bit younger, but it was a reality check kind of for me. And I guess I noticed it more when Spencer was wanting to play with the Jeep, and there were 2 other kids that were riding it, 2 other boys that were older than him that didn't have Down syndrome, and they couldn't understand why he was always next to the Jeep while they were trying to drive it. They rolled over his foot a couple of times, and it was at that point that I got a dose of reality. It's little moments like that that you realize that your son or your child, the older they get, the more and more they're going to be left out. The more they're not going to be invited to birthday parties with their typical peers. And that just sucks, man. That sucks. Is he bothered by it? No. He doesn't care. But he's not going to be with normal, typical friends who ask him to do things all the time. I don't know. I've been struggling a lot lately because all I see when I look at him is Down syndrome, and I can't get over it. We always try to promote what our kids are doing. He's just a typical little boy, we try to say to ourselves, but there's moments where, no, I can't. I see it all the time. I see everything about him is Down syndrome. And it sucks. It really sucks. But the time, it passes with time. And then we go back and we say he's just a 3-year-old boy who hopefully is going to live a very productive life, and hopefully one day we have more acceptance and more inclusion. So I guess the silver lining out of the whole party situation, we had a great time. Yeah, it kind of hit me in the face what the future looks like the older he's gonna get, but that's okay. We're gonna deal with it. The really cool part about the party was after, my friend Kayla decided that she wanted to have a crawfish boil, and that's something very common here in South Louisiana. We boil crawfish a lot, and so my son has been eating crawfish since he was 1 year old, and the process of boiling crawfish is just as much fun as eating the crawfish, because you have to clean them and you just get to hang out with friends and family, and it's just a really fun time. So I brought Spencer over to the ice chest that had all of the live crawfish in it, and he made me very proud. And he was helping wash the crawfish, and those are moments that make me forget all about Down syndrome. Those are the moments that, those are the things I would be doing with any of my children. And he just enjoyed playing with the crawfish and being involved with that process. And, you know, that's what it's all about.